we're going to give Galileo a second range test. It's going to be fun.
Captain to Galileo. All systems cleared for takeoff.
I just rebuilt the Shuttlecraft Galileo. Okay, one of the first things we need to do is to check to see if the Bluetti EB-20 or EB-50, 150, sorry, is charged and ready to go. We need to push this button to test it. Okay. Yep, we have 5 bars. We got them all. It's fully charged and it's ready to go. Okay. I'm reading the battery voltage off of the solar charger, and what we're seeing here is a full battery with the battery volt or the panel voltage coming off of the panels themselves. So it's actually around 44 volts. Now we're going to have the Bluetti EB-150 Power Center put in the bed of the golf cart, so we don't have it won't be up in the cab in our way. It will start it and we'll turn on the AC power so that it can supply power to the chargers. Okay, we're gonna get ready for the range test, so we have to I want to get my speedometer hooked up. Here's the program for it. I have a speedometer up here, but I use this one most of the time. This one comes out a little bit lower, and I'm assuming that it's a little more accurate. So we'll go with. Anyway, what this will do, it checks the distance, the time, and the maximum speed, the average speed. What's going to happen is that our average speed will come up, but the distance is what we're primarily looking for. The first test showed that it was about 25 miles before I felt like I needed to pull in and keep from running out of juice. What I'm hoping is that the inclusion of the Bluetti EB-150, it will be constantly putting juice back into the batteries while I'm using them. So it should give me more range. I am doing this experiment to see if that range is significant. If it's more than 1 or 2 miles, you know, in other words. I'm hoping that it will be. I'm hoping that at least it will give us an extra 5 miles, but we'll find out.
Power up. All instruments activated. All readings normal. All go.
Okay, battery does show at 39.1 volts. It almost immediately drops to 39 after you start moving. It'll stay at 39 though for 75 to 80% of its life. So you can't tell if it's going up or down until you finally, unless you measure the ampere hours. Measured by volts, you can't tell. That's a big difference between lead acid batteries and lithium. With lead acid, you can do it that way, but because it gradually drops in voltage. But with lithium batteries, they maintain that voltage for most of their life, so you can't tell if you just look at volts alone. Okay, anyway, we're back on the road here. Let's see. Okay, what we're going to do is explore beyond the center. That's the road we're going to go down. It's a long, straight dirt road, and I feel much more comfortable about driving on it with my golf cart than I do a paved road. So we're going to go down that road and basically take care of a lot of the mileage for the day, I believe.
I'll be on the bridge. Maximum warp.
Four reports they're under attack. Space vessel, identity unknown.
Go ahead. All decks, condition red. I'm a doctor, not a mechanic.
Captain, the Columbus has returned from searching quadrant 779X by 534M. Results negative.
Well, we've made it as far as the Starfleet official chicken farm, so anyway, I thought this would be a good chance to stop and check the mileage and time and see how it is. And according to the, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says we've gone 2 miles and our top speed was 14 miles an hour. So that's the first check. Now we venture on from the chicken farm.
Most illogical.
Well, we're going to embark back on the small dirt road because we met a paved road, and it surprised me. It was only a little over 2.5 miles, but that surprised me. Anyway, we're going back here on the range test with the Bluetti EB-150, supplying extra juice. What you guys are seeing right here is the mountainous region of Florida. At least that's what I call it. It's we're kind of on the we're on the Panhandle, sort of North Florida. We're kind of like at the bend, but we're close to the Panhandle. And the end of the Appalachian Trail comes down to about Tallahassee. You know, it just kind of slowly gets shorter and shorter and shorter until it goes off into the ocean. Yeah, and yeah. Anyway, so we got more hills around here. So a little bit more character to the land, I think.
Insufficient sensor data.
Negative ionic concentration 1.64 times 10 to the 9th power meters. Radiation wavelength 370 angstroms. Harmonics upward along entire spectrum.
Leaving neutral zone. Now entering Romulan space.
Affirmative.
Here we are at 13 miles, it's over 13 and a half miles, 15 mile per hour top speed. Had to put new batteries in the camera again. That's the second set. I can't believe it. Okay, we are at 14.33 miles, 15 mile per hour average speed, and according to the monitor, the battery is, when I pulled the power, when I stopped, it was 38.2. It has already gone back up to 38.8.
Fascinating.
That's the weird part about lithium batteries. They are different than lead acid. But
Yes, Captain. Anything on your scanners?
Totally inoperative, sir.
No readings at all.
Have you tried tying into the auxiliary power?
Yes, sir. No change.
Ahead, warp factor 1.
Aye, sir.
Okay. Put it on audio. Try and get me a fix on the Galileo.
Well, we're currently at 15.92 miles. We had that real nice gravity assist going downhill, brought us up to 17 miles per hour. Don't count that, of course, but still. Anyway, the battery condition still the same. As soon as I stopped, it was 38.4, and then it slowly is climbing back up, 35, and getting to 37, I believe, right now, which is, 38.7, which is still very good at even at 16 miles. I mean, that's. Okay, we're at 17.87 miles, and the battery's still showing like 38.2 when I stop, but it's already back up to 38.4. But it also seems to be a little more sluggish than it was, so it may not be climbing as fast. So that's one indication that it's getting weaker.
At least 4 complete solar systems in the immediate vicinity.
Working. Unable to comply.
Well, my scanning equipment here decided to reset after 20.2 miles. So I had to restart it, and I'm just going to add whatever distance I get on here to that, and we'll get the total range. Just a little hiccup, no big deal.
Working.
Captain, visual detection of an object dead ahead.
Bring it to the briefing room. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Negative ionic concentration 1.64 times 10 to the 9th power meters. Radiation wavelength 370 angstroms. Harmonics upwards along entire spectrum.
Well, looks like we're almost at the end of the test. We're only just at 25 miles. It's probably not much more. I suspected this, but I was hoping for more. I have another idea that may make some difference, although I'm not sure. But we'll find out.
Well, we're officially at 22.5. Yeah, 22 and a half. Took a bathroom break a few minutes ago, and when I turned it off, the battery showed 38.2 volts, and when I got back, it had built up to 38.7 volts. And what it's reading right now is 37.9 volts. So it's definitely coming down. Something I've noticed that I didn't notice before, the movement feels a little bit more sluggish, like it doesn't have enough pep. I never noticed that before, and I'm not sure that that's accurate. It's just a feeling I have. Anyway. Okay, well, we ended up getting a range of about 26 and a half miles. Now that's only a mile and a half more than I got on the original test. Factors that could have affected that battery, not just the charging part, but other factors that might have affected that are the fact that I did that test months ago, and it could be that the battery has gotten weaker, although I would not expect that to be the case. I'm thinking that there was something a little, I'm not really sure if it matters if I charge it in the beginning or if I charge it, say, more toward the end. Like after 20 miles, start the EB-120 and start charging it while you're moving. While you're using those last few miles, I'm wondering if I couldn't get a lot more miles out of it that way, or if they are additive like I assumed to begin with, problematic. But
Logic was impeccable, Captain.
that's a good test that we can do next. I'll do the same range test, but I'll just wait until after I've gone about 20 miles, and then I'll turn on the EB-150 and have it charging the batteries while I'm doing the last few miles. See what happens.
Time has resumed its shape.
You must wonder what it would be like to forget all that.